think the mayor will be here in a minute. This is Budget and Finance meeting for the 20th of February, 2024. We'll get started. I'm sorry, it is the 22nd. I was looking at this on the page, so I'm sorry. This is the Budget Finance meeting, February 22nd, 2024. On our agenda here, we've got open the meeting, which we just did. We've taken roll. Approval agenda, I've got a couple changes on the agenda. Number 8 down there, the tax increment finance for Tullahoma. Not quite ready to present that yet. We'll probably see that next month. I just put it on the agenda because I wasn't sure, but the lawyers are busy doing lawyer things and they're not quite ready to present yet.
So you'll strike
And
that.
we'll strike that one. There's nobody here to present it. And then we also got, just like a day ago, this action forwarded from the animal control about pay for animal control. So can we add that one in the spot there, number 8 there? Came out of HWR. Anything else?
Rick is here. Capital Outlay approved EMA. They want some work done down at the,
Yes, I saw that here too. So sorry, where was that at? Well, did I hand it all the way down
It's
here? The
at
capital
the,
outlay, right? Yeah, capital outlay sent
EMA
us.
building. They want to build a.
Yeah. So,
pull-up
so
something.
we'll just make that, number 11, I guess, or 10A. And that will be capital outlay EMA. I guess I'm gonna take digital notes because that pen's dying. Anybody got any other changes to make to the agenda? If not, do we have a motion for approval?
Motion approved.
Approve as amended.
Second.
Second, all right, all in favor?
Aye.
All right. Public comments, anybody have a public comment? Okay, doesn't look like we do. Approval of January 2nd, 2023 minutes, those minutes were in the email that got sent out.
Make a motion to approve.
Second. All right, motion second to approve, all in favor? Aye. Okay, let me capture those last two real quick. And so that brings us to the first item, Manchester Library Grant applications. Is there anything, you want to step up to the mic there, and you don't have to if you don't want to, but is this pretty
They're
routine? Yeah, I thought they were.
None of them have matching funds, so it's no cost to the county.
Make a motion we approve all of them.
I'll second it.
All right. We have motion second. Any other discussion? All in favor? Aye. Those are easy. We like those, people giving us money. County budget amendments, Mary Ann.
Okay. The first one is for rural capital projects. As noted, that's the continuation of the Ralph Broderick Road Bridge project. Part of it was done last year. They're finishing up this year. So it's $95,819. From fund balance, that leaves your fund balance at $3,542,874.
Sorry, I'm playing catch up. So this was,
I'm sorry,
this
it's
is out of the
first
highway
one,
capital improvements,
Number
yeah.
16. Do you want me to read them all at once, or do you want me to separate them?
that's up to, yeah, let's just go ahead and go through them.
Okay. The next one is for the general fund. This is just the standard, looking at what's come in as revenue or what was spent as restricted funds. It's number 101-2024-17. Got the clerk using some of her restricted funds for computer equipment. I have detailed it at the bottom by numbers, kind of keep it a little less confusing.
So what is the county the commission training there? Is
That
that
was
just,
for planning commission.
okay. Oh, I see, planning commission training, I'm sorry, I misread that.
That's okay. So we had some rabies, animal control donated funds, putting those over to be used. Manchester Library, Tullahoma Library, recording the opioid investment income that has come in to date. Juvenile services, we are going, hopefully get reimbursed for some juvenile detention from the state.
So when it says an increase, is that an increase in the number we've had, or is that?
Yes.
Okay, so,
The next one is the school resource officer grant. We only budgeted originally $300,000, but we received the entire $750,000. And they are going to buy vehicles and equipment for the school resource officers like they're supposed to do. That's what that money is designated for.
okay,
So that's amending that. You've probably seen the project out front, the Coffee County Hall of Veterans. That's recording donations to date of $220. And then the rest of the items is a reduction to unassigned fund balance of $28,887.
so there's an item on here, so I was looking at the explanations, because it's easier for me to go number order.
Okay.
Number 6, increase rural fire hydrant water usage. That just mean we're using more water, or we're using more hydrants?
We pay, yes, yes and no. Tullahoma Utility Authority, we pay them for what is the water that is used in those fire hydrants. And it's become a little bit more than what was originally
Okay.
estimated.
Do they have a fee increase, or we just have fighting more
I don't
fires?
think they had a fee increase. It didn't look like it, just looked like there was more usage.
Interesting.
Mhm.
All right. Anybody else got any questions on any of those? One more? All right.
The next one is, I'm gonna go through it. If I can find it.
The dash 18, do you need a copy?
I didn't find it. It should be in
You don't
this
mind?
mess somewhere. Wait a second. Oh, I had it clipped together. 171, 2024, 18. This is a reduction in unassigned fund balance, $12,000. This is the education capital projects fund. This is set aside for projects at the school system. They are going to remodel the front of their breezeway, so we're taking money from the education capital projects fund. We set aside sales tax money for that.
Which school is this?
Coffee County Rural Schools. This
Rural
is
schools.
actually the front where the administrative offices are.
Okay.
Out somewhere over there.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's a reduction of $12,000. Fund balance estimated $593,825.
And that one's already gone to the school board, is that how that works?
It went through the school board and it went through capital outlay as
Okay.
well.
All right. Anybody got any questions on any of those? All right, we'll just have an amendment for, or a motion for all of them,
Make a motion to
That'd be
approve
good.
all of them.
okay?
I'll second.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right. So that takes care of that. Animal control. Wasn't it, do we have anybody that's on that committee? Let's see, that's here. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, go ahead. I was just wondering if we had any of our members that were on that committee, but I don't think we do, that are here anyway. Go ahead, sorry.
Basically, I'm having trouble right now. Just-
Yeah, I'd turn that, make sure that microphone's on. Just push it one time and it'll come on there. Yeah, just push that button one time and it'll,
It's
you're on, yeah, I see the lights.
Now, I'm having issue, had a valuable employee quit because of not making enough money, not being able to make ends meet. My second employee's been there 2 years. She's made comments about, so we're on an on-call schedule, so she can't even get a second job to make ends meet. So I've went around and surrounding counties and animal controls, and I've got all their pay rates, and we are way, way behind compared to everybody else. I was hoping to get our starting pay up to about $17 an hour, which is still below everybody else. And
That's like $2.
the girl that's been there 2 years, she's making $16.38 right now.
What's our starting pay right
But you
now?
won't
Starting
start
pay's
pay at 17,
15.
Yeah,
correct?
starting
Yeah.
pay's 15, yeah, which is pretty low. I would've thought we would've caught this when we went through our updates last year. But that didn't happen somehow.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
I will say that this came with a positive recommendation from HWR.
Yep.
And also about 50% of this, if we do it, is we're looking at about $12,000 a year is what it would amount to. A little more than 50% of that is made up already by fees and donations that they receive.
Yeah.
So we would, somewhere between 6,000 and 6,200 would be the net cost
Okay.
to the county.
For this year, remainder of
Correct.
this year?
For
Yeah.
this year. No, for the remainder of this year, it would be 3,100.
All right,
I'll make a motion to
Let's-
raise the pay to,
Tim, I'm sorry.
sorry.
Well, let's have the motion first, and let's have the motion and we'll have
I'll second
discussion.
her
All right,
motion.
go ahead, Tim.
I'm totally against the $17 an hour because it's still way underpaid. The county employees have been underpaid for years. They always are gonna be. We're below everybody else, so I'd like to ask for another dollar. Make a motion for 18.
Okay, so we have an amendment for 18, we have a second on that?
I'll second that.
All right, so he'll second that, so discussion, go ahead. We say that's,
You gonna make that an amendment?
we just did,
Okay.
Yeah.
You amended, okay, I
Yeah.
thought you were I thought.
but
it
that's,
was different.
that's an
I thought it was a
amendment.
different motion, I'm sorry.
That's an amendment on the minimum, but
Okay.
I think the other thing, I don't see it here, but what I was told is, I think they may just left it off, is they were asking for $2 increase across the board. And I think that's the number you just quoted us, right, Mayor?
Yes, that's what it was.
So, do people feel that's sufficient? It's
is
up to
that
y'all,
something
it's
we
up to
can
y'all.
do, Mary Ann?
Well, I'm gonna have to do a budget amendment. I don't know what all you included in
I mean, they
that.
definitely deserve it.
Yeah,
but I'm just-
I can either add it to this, I have a 101 on here. It says 171, but that other one is 101.
Well, if we vote to approve it, you can still write it up after the fact, and
I can do that, or I
Alright.
can add it to the one we just.
either way you wanna do it.
We just did. I guess you could just, it's 3,100 plus benefits. payroll
Around that
taxes.
figure.
Is
That would
it?
be at $2 an hour, would be 3,100. And that's
Oh,
based on
okay.
$6,000 a year, or 6,000 hours a year, 3 full-time employees.
Yeah.
Okay,
Probably
can we
40.
just go up to 5,000, but I'll calculate what it is
Okay.
and add it to this budget
Yeah,
and
it'd be
then.
All
about
right.
4,500.
Makes sense.
It'd be about 4,500 plus
Okay.
the benefits. at
If we
$3
did what?
If you did $3 an
Yeah.
hour, it'd be roughly 4,500
For the rest of this year.
plus matching taxes and benefits.
Yeah, I'll have to.
So, do we wanna add that? Can we do that as a friendly amendment? Cause we didn't say it a minute ago. So we're saying minimum starting what? We're saying 18?
18.
And $3 across the board for everyone?
Yes.
All right. And that puts, what's that put so you got existing, yeah, that's fine. I was just trying to put it in my head, but, anybody have any other discussion about that? I'm like, oh, I think that's well deserved, and I didn't realize we had not caught y'all up. I apologize about that. But, because we've caught some of the other folks up that were on the low end of the scale already, and I thought we had gathered all those up last year in the budget. All right, so no other discussion. If you guys ready to vote, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, let's see. Donation for Coffee County Rescue Squad. And I think we had, yeah, we've got something for HWR here on that. And Mayor, I can't remember if this matches what you and I talked about. You want to go ahead?
Yeah, of course, they had a catastrophic fire, as we know, end of last year. And the quickest way to get them any money was going to be through the discretionary fund that I have in the mayor's office, and I offered to give that to the chief and told him that I could, ask for be made whole later on that, but he told me that he was okay until first of the year because they'd just gotten a sizable check from insurance. But there was a lot of personal equipment that individual rescue squad members had in there. Of course, it's total loss, as we know that, the entire thing. And when I say that, there's, people had their own boots, they had their own GPSs, they had some of their own radios in there, things that might not have been on the insurance schedule too. And of course, their fundraising apparatus was severely hampered. And there's going to be a lot of ancillary expenses. So I had asked that maybe this committee would think about giving them 10,000. Manchester gave them 10, and we would have visited this a little earlier, but they've had some bridge money in the meantime. But I would like for us to entertain that.
I'll make a motion.
All right, the motion. Any discussion?
General fund,
Yeah, is this out of the general fund, I assume? Or we don't have anywhere else really to take it, do we?
so do you want me to add this? to
Why don't you
it?
go ahead?
Okay.
All right, any other discussion? We'll vote, all in favor? Aye. Anybody opposed? All right. And I just realized, I was thinking this was the rescue squad stuff, but this is something different, so I didn't even, I haven't even seen this. But it was HWR favorable recommendation for the, I guess, a formula presented by the Budget and Finance Committee member, Joey Hobbs. Did you present a formula for the volunteer fire departments?
Yeah,
Is that
we-
old?
We already did that.
It's sitting in my package, that's what I thought. I was like, I don't remember, we're still talking
I
about
think
this.
we've done that already.
It's in my package for some reason, so, all right, good, because I was very confused. This isn't too hard to do. So that brings us down, Mayor 10, fees for health insurance consultant Cheryl Morgan.
Yes, if you'll remember, we, and I've got a quick timeline I'll go over with you here as we go into a glide path for a new insurance program, which the commission asked me to go ahead and pursue. Our consultant brings together 5 or 6 companies, and if you remember, he flew those guys in here late, like in October of last year. And he's since been here several times, and he's got about 4 more personal visits between now and July to be here with his team as we continue to do employee censuses, look at build out the schematics for the clinic, and continue to negotiate everything. Right now, they've sent out RFPs for the entire process, which is self-insurance, the pharmacy, and the clinic. They have the schematic diagrams of the buildings. They're designing the clinic so we can begin to take that design and give it to our architect. And so $3,000 a month for his services, and that includes all his expenses to bring everybody in. So $18,000 would get us to the next leg with him.
Next stage.
And he has had 3 meetings with us already this year. One was on January the 3rd. Of course, Heather and Stephanie, and I believe Marianne was probably in that one too. I'm not sure if you were, Marianne. And then we had another one on 1/18/2024. We just had another one on 2/1, and our next one is 3/12/24 as we move through it. And the RFPs are out now. We'll review those on January 12th. We should have
January
those.
12th.
I mean, March 12th,
Okay,
excuse me.
sorry.
Hopefully we'll be able to give a rough idea of what's going on at the March 12th meeting, full commission meeting that night. Then on the 15th of March, we plan on having the RFPs formalized. Then we'll work on awarding those on March 20th. Then March 28th is when we plan on doing a full presentation to Budget and Finance of the plan and the expenses. Hopefully on April the 9th to the full commission meeting, a finalized plan. And then we will notify, if we decide to move forward with it, we will notify the state of Tennessee on May 1st, 2024 of our intention to change over. Open enrollment will begin May 13th, 2024. Benefits will start July 1st, 2024 of the actual plan. And anticipated opening of the clinic, if all this runs, is into this calendar year.
Okay, and so are we changing, if we do this successfully, does that change our medical plan in the middle of a year? Are we on calendar year or financial year for the medical plan?
Right now, we're calendar.
That's what I thought, so this will change that over to the
Yes, it would change to July 1st.
July 1st FY year, yeah.
And just a lot of success stories that we've interviewed. These are the government entities that he now represents. When even close by, you can look at Tullahoma. They provide free health insurance for their individual employees, and the family coverage is $378 a month. Our average individual is about $90-something a month, and our family plan is $1,200 to $1,300 a month. But they've also been working hard for many years
Yeah.
to wrestle this down. So through, now we will have something they don't have, which is a clinic, which will be a great benefit, which will continue us to do better. The objective here is to, after a couple of years, be able to hopefully see upwards of a 20% savings of our normal costs, and then be able to get annual increases to a predictable amount of 3 to 5% instead of 16% like
Right.
they were this year. So that's the flight path we're on right now.
Anybody got any questions for the mayor on that?
So that would go to Cheryl Morgan, would be the
Yeah.
18,000 for 6 months.
Is that,
Is that a company name or an individual?
That is a company
Yeah,
name.
it's a company, yeah, consulting name.
in a lump sum, or?
Yes, for that amount.
Making a motion to
All
pay
right,
the 18,000.
Watch the motion from Stubblefield. Sorry, who was that?
I'll
Was that
second.
Missy? Okay.
I'm going to add that
You just added,
to number 17.
yeah, just so y'all know, Mary Ann is adding most of these to that existing one that we passed earlier, so that we get there next month or in a few weeks, we'll see them all in one big roll-up, I guess. So we got a motion and a second. Anybody have any other questions or discussions? I just think if we can get this done, it's gonna be really great, and I think it's well worth spending the money on, so,
It's probably going to be the single largest benefit we can give to our folks.
Yeah.
Both in savings and services.
all right. Any other discussion? If not, we'll vote. All in favor? Any opposed? Anybody else want to see that? Ready to go around the table already? All right, and then, one more item. I guess this is you, Rick, on talking about the EMS parking lot. Was it CMS, or I'm sorry, is that the health department, regardless, anyway?
Well, this is both, two items that was
Two
passed through capital outlay, then I just wanted to, they were supposed to be brought last month, and we didn't have a meeting, so. One is the EMA wants to put a garage door in the annex. They have about a little over $1 million worth of trailers and equipment outside that needs to be brought inside, and the county felt like the best option would be to put a garage door in the annex and build a ramp and use that
Okay,
facility to do that. And the other one is the Tullahoma Health Department, the parking lot expansion. With the state widening the road, we're losing about 22 parking lots, and so we're having to expand a parking lot for employees and maybe some overflow from.
where's that going, in the back, or?
It's on the side.
On the side,
It's on the side, yeah.
Facing the building on the left-hand side, I guess?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
They're fixing to tear it up pretty soon, from the look
So,
of it.
yeah, so it's
I'm
already
driving by it every
started,
day.
so.
I'm driving by it every day.
So we had those two projects that we were needing to be funded.
On that EMA project, is there gonna have to be anything done besides the door? and
It'll
the-
be a door and a ramp would be.
But nothing inside the building have to be changed or anything? Okay.
Nothing that, just removing some of the old beds
Yeah.
and benches and
Get
stuff.
some stuff out of the way.
Yeah. And,
You've already done a little bit of clearing on the health department, haven't you?
yes, yes. And so the project for the ambulance station, or the EMS station, it'd be something that had to be bid out, and the estimated cost is about $50,000. And then the parking lot, we've already got all the bids in, and it was 34,000.
Okay. Was that more than you expected?
Yeah, we had 15.
So that was for, we've already done that project and had that money approved, and that was for the clearing of all the trees, bushes, and debris that was on the side, just to get to where we could do the dirt work and bring in gravel.
Yeah.
And because it's kind of, it has to be rip wrapped because of the bluff.
Yeah.
And then railroad ties had to be installed to keep anybody from driving over the.
Driving over the edge of that?
Yeah, exactly.
Heading towards the creek?
Exactly. So that was a separate project. Yeah.
So how much was it?
So the new project is 34,000. It's like 33,000.
So what, is that gonna be paved, or is it just gonna be like?
It'd just be gravel,
Just
yeah.
gravel, yeah.
I think because it's just a temporary. To pave it would cost
Yeah, a
probably
lot
another
more, yeah.
100,000
Yeah.
for 2 years. I don't think it.
No, you're right. Not
Necessary.
worth it. Anybody any more questions for Rick? And this is coming out of capital funds.
Capital project.
Capital projects.
So on the EMA, do you want to,
We just estimated the cost at 50,000, and then if it's less, then, obviously that would be, wouldn't
Okay.
be. It would just be what's used. out of the 50.
How many bids you got on that so far?
The garage door,
Garage door?
I only have 2, and I haven't been able to get a 3, so I think we're gonna actually rebid it out and have sealed bids.
Yeah, you'll have to, there's 50 or more.
We estimate the cost to be less than 50, but
Okay.
it has been a long time since we've got this project actually started, I think we first came about a year ago.
I know.
And we got some quotes, and, you know, things go up, so, you know, the estimated cost is, you know, it's what we're kind of basing it off of the bids that we got previously.
Because the minutes, first time was January 2023.
Mm-hmm.
And I got confused, so I went back and looked, and there's.
It got turned down the first time.
Yes. And then this
They wanted to look at maybe some options of building something separate, and so when it got brought back, we realized that the most cost-efficient way would be to use the building that we already have.
So it's January 4th.
I'll make a motion to approve both.
I'll second.
And that's for 50,000 for EMA and was it
34.
34,000 for the parking lot? All right. So we motion second. Do we have any other discussion? All in favor? Aye. I'm sorry, who was the motion again? It was you.
Tim, I believe.
Okay. All right, and that's the end of the agenda. Anything else anybody wanted to bring up? Go ahead. Go ahead, Tim.
I've got something I don't know if I need to add to the agenda or just ask, since Ms. Vaughn's here. I'd like for her to get up and let us know what her employees make, because I'm sure they're way, way behind also.
We caught them up a good bit last year, but where are you guys at?
My part-time is at 12.
Yep.
My, 3 full-time are at 12:48.
I didn't catch them up.
No, I was
Well,
thinking,
we're
I was thinking we
asking-
did a little better than that,
We're
but,
asking, we got budget plans.
okay. Yeah, that's probably,
Um,
go ahead, you finished and all.
My administrative clerk, they make from like 15 to 17, and then, my assistant director is right about 20. But we really want to bring up the 3 full-time people.
Yeah, 1240 is a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they've been there quite a while, and they do the brunt of not the work, but they do the brunt of the work, they do the brunt of the training, you know. And we really like to bring them up to 15, and that's what we setting on your budget coming in.
Okay, good, good.
And giving the part-time a cost of living,
Yeah,
I think 5% is what we asked for, but, yeah, we're getting there.
appreciate that update. Anything else? Mary Ann, you want to talk about budget process, where we are just in terms of,
No.
but I mean calendar-wise, where we at? Where,
All the packets went out, February 1st, actually the 2nd. They're due back next Thursday.
okay.
And then I've just been meeting with different department heads as needed.
And that's, I think, you know, after last year, we had kind of agreed that we were gonna try to meet more directly, one-on-one with most of the departments. So when we get into that, we'll probably be in for some twice-a-month meetings to get through those, I suspect. So,
Yeah, for sure.
just be prepared for that. Don't be surprised when you see it. I think it's always good to talk to people and let them explain what their thinking is, and hopefully we'll have a little better outcome. Mayor?
And when we start interviewing department heads and going through the rough in March, anybody's welcome to any of those meetings. As we go through those, you can just call them, we'll tell you when, and, I mean, they'll be in our office, but anybody's welcome to sit through those too.
Is that it? That's the end of the agenda, unless anybody just wants to stick around here all night, we're adjourned.